transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With
John
ready in his chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
We're ready. I'm guessing Laura isn't ready because she's not in the chat.
No.
She's not telling us she's not ready. She's always telling us she's not ready, but she's either that or she's ready this week. Maybe she is ready. I don't know.
There you go, buddy.
God damn it, John.
Gotta start the show off right.
Two of them.
You had him sitting right here.
Yeah. This one's missing some of the paint off of it. I've been using it so much. But yeah, fuck,
Wow.
man. It's warm in here today.
Oh, yeah. It feels like I never left the show. It's like I thought we just did this.
We did just do this.
The week went by quick.
Yeah, it did.
And we're back.
Yep. I don't know.
We went to a show on Saturday.
We did, yeah. We went to the right show because apparently a couple of people.
Wait, no, the last ring. I had it right.
You had it right, though. Yes, you did. A couple of people got COVID going to that ska show the other day, and I feel awful for them. And
Our singer got sick.
Jill got sick. I'm not 100% right now, but I'm good enough. So good enough to pull this off. I'm sure I'll feel fine by the end of the show. And then when I go to work later, I'm just gonna be like, fuck, I don't want to do this. You know,
Yeah.
the usual. I'll tell you, man, like I got a little bit of a cold, so I got this like vaporizer thing that Karina recommended to me. And you know, it's a Vicks thing. So you put a little Vicks pad in there and it gets no, I didn't get COVID. I tested. It's
got
negative.
COVID.
It was negative. It was negative. Ryan got COVID. Unfortunately. Anyway.
Meg Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan got COVID. Your buddy Matt from Working Class Stiffs, he got it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. John does not have COVID either, I hope.
No, I'm fine. I haven't been sick.
So I'm using this vaporizer, right? I got the little Vicks pad in it, and I set it down on the sink because I'm just sitting in the bathroom, just listening to music and breathing steam, Vicks vaporized steam, and fucking. I'm listening to Tesla, and I fucking knocked over my razors, my trimmer. And it knocked over my steamer, and then I wasn't getting enough steam out of it. So I don't know if I fucking broke it or if it was just like almost done anyway, or if I just knocked all the water out. I have no idea.
Get well soon.
Yeah, she says for you to get well soon.
I'm not sick.
John's not sick. I am, but just barely. So I'll sit a little further away from you today just to keep you, social distance here.
Delete.
We got Weird Al Yankovic in between us.
And Brian.
And Brian. And Rancid.
And Rancid.
Is also between us this week. And the Blue Meanie.
And the Blue Meanie. And the creepy doll creeps me out.
Snitsky doll. Signed by Snitsky. It wasn't his fault. It's not his fault the doll creeps you out. Anyway.
Dolls creep me out.
Yeah. Oh man, did I ever tell you a story about that doll?
No.
How I ended up with it. So, my ex-wife used to work at a thrift store, and Snitsky was coming to town. And I tweeted him. I said, "Hey, if I brought you a baby doll to sign, would you sign it?" He said, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" Basically. And have I seen the movie Weird? Yes, I have. The Weird Al. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet.
You got to see that.
It's one of my movies I need to see.
I mean, I've been watching movies.
You didn't send me the link.
Oh, for the fucking... didn't I?
No, you never sent me it.
Well, when fucking Facebook Messenger starts working again, I'll send it to you. Anyway, so I text or call or whatever my ex, and I'm just like, hey, can you grab me... Because we were still together at the time, obviously. I said, you grab me just find me a doll. that I could get Snitsky to sign because she was a wrestling fan. She knew. I've seen a lot of movies this week, Laura. We'll talk about them. But anyway, so she buys me this doll. And I tweet a picture of this doll to Snitsky, and he just goes, "Wah! Hey, buddy, leave the door open."
Oh, now it went through.
Your message just came up. Anyway. Laura just died from a heart attack because I've seen movies. Anyway. Well, a couple of weeks ago, let me finish this story first, and then we'll tell that story.
Right.
So I get to I get to the right by you, the Keenan Center there. Was where he was wrestling. And I go up to him and say, "Hey, man, I was the guy that was talking to you on Twitter. ThinkSoJoE." He goes, "Oh, okay." He takes the doll. He goes, signs it. He says, "You know, it looked a lot bigger on Twitter, but I'm sure you hear that a lot." And that's the story of how I got that creepy doll signed by Gene Snitsky.
Was he a nice guy?
Oh, yeah, he seemed pretty cool, you know.
Wasn't my fault.
But yes, I've been watching a lot of movies because a couple of weeks ago I got challenged to see who could watch the most out of the top 250 movies.
Where's this list? I've never seen this list before.
Right here. And so Steph sends me this list, 250. This is
250?
as of January 1st, the top 250 movies on
Holy shit.
IMDb. It's been updated since then, and I found this out after I finally saw The Truman Show.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah, it is.
So I finally saw The Truman Show, and I looked it up on IMDb, and it was a different number than what was on this list. I'm like, oh, this list has been updated since then.
So
But we're going to go with this list because this is the list we both have, and we both have it copied into our phones so we can, little check boxes.
Start from the top, like the first movie.
There's no reason to do the weather. John isn't leaving that room for 2 weeks. Anyway. But yeah, so these are the top 250 ranked films of all time. And I think at the time that, we started, Steph said she was at like 32 and I was at like 42 or something like that. And what she was doing was she was going to a random number generator and letting it pick movies for her. And so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do the same. That sounds like a good idea because I should be seeing a lot of these movies. Right? Just look at this top. We'll go with the top 10 here. There's the top 10 movies of all time. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, number 10. I've never seen it. Number 9, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings. I don't want to fucking see it, but I'm going to see it.
I couldn't get into that.
Number 8, Pulp Fiction. I've seen that one. You seen Pulp Fiction?
No.
Okay. It's a good movie. It's got John Travolta, your boy. Who had a great Super Bowl commercial.
I know.
You saw that.
That was funny
Did you
as
see
fuck.
Did you see the long version, the 2.5-minute version?
No, I seen the one on TikTok.
Okay, I sent it in the group chat.
I'll have to
I
look
sent
at
the link.
it.
Yeah. Anyway, number 7 is another Lord of the Rings, the Return of the Kings. Again, I don't want to see it, but I will, for the sake of this list. Number 6, Schindler's List. I saw it in high school, so I don't have to watch it again. And I know that's, a lot of people have that same outlook as you, where that movie's in black and white. I don't want to watch it. But I just watched Raging Bull last night, and that was in black and white. That was a fantastic movie. Number 5, 12 Angry Men. I haven't seen that. I know obviously what that's about. I've read the book or whatever, But number 4 is The Godfather, Part 2. I've never seen that. Number 3 is The Dark Knight. I wish I hadn't seen that.
I've seen that. That's horrible.
Isn't it? And you know what the worst part is? Is Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises are also further down on the list. I hated The Dark. Let me put it this way: like, it deserves its spot. It's the number 3 top movie of all time. Sure, it deserves it. It was a great movie until Christian Bale opens his fucking mouth. I'm Batman.
The best Batman was the guy that played Beetlejuice.
Michael Keaton?
Yes.
I could go with that. Apparently, he was in a Super Bowl commercial saying I'm Batman. I missed it.
Yeah.
For like the Ant-Man and Wasp trailer or something. I have no idea. I missed that one. I slept through the first 2 quarters of the Super Bowl.
Because they had him on Jimmy Kimmel or one of the talk shows, and he said, he asked him who's the best Batman. He said it was me.
Oh yeah, I won't disagree with that one. But yes, they had TVs when I was in high school, Laura. Number 2 is The Godfather. I haven't seen that. I'm looking forward to seeing both The Godfather 1 and 2. Number 3 is not on the list, and I hear that's justifiable that it's not on the list.
Laura, he's not that old.
So I'm gonna thank you.
I'm gonna give him that. He's not that old.
Right, they had TVs in the 50s.
Yes. They did.
Anyway.
He was alive when JFK was president.
Anyway, the number 1 movie on the list is The Shawshank Redemption. I haven't seen that either, so I'm gonna eventually see that.
How was the living brain dead in the 50s?
So you think I had a living brain dead in every decade? Because I definitely had one in the 2000s. No, I didn't. No, that's not true. I had it in the early 2010s. I was trying to start a band called The Living Brain Dead, and it just it basically went as well as our cover band is going, where we had like one practice and then everything just prevented us from having more. So you know.
Yeah.
But then
so we're here.
And then when this opportunity came up and we were trying to come up with a name, I'm like, guys, I have a name. And they're like, what's the name? I said, The Living Brain Dead. And you know, and you know who I can give credit to the name coming back is actually Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
Because she mentioned the name Living Brain Dead. And I'm like, I wonder if I could get that domain name again. So I bought the domain name before I ever had a band. You know, this particular band.
Jill said you never seen
Shawshank. No, I haven't. It's the number 1 movie in ever, and I've never seen it. Jasmine's in the chat. Jasmine, have you seen my messages that I've sent you over the last day or two? Jill won't say our band name.
I know she won't say our band name.
It's my job.
Every time if I have to stop at her bank, I can't say the band name. I can't wear anything with their logo.
Really?
Yeah. She doesn't want anybody at work to know. So it's on deal.
Oh, I see. Okay, so she's ashamed of us. I got it.
No.
She's been okay. So Jasmine's so I'm going to tell this story that I learned from another podcast the other day, so I'm on the way to the record store the other day because I saw that they had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle soundtracks, the original trilogy of movies.
Yeah.
And I needed number 1. I didn't want number 3. I already had number 2. So I'm on the way and I'm listening to my favorite podcast that's not this one. By the way, all WNY nominations, awards open. Go nominate people. Scott, I did it. Anyway, I forgot last week, but I did it this week. Scott's actually coming here after the show. So anyway, it's becoming a thing now. I didn't want them coming to our very first show with good reason. They all know it. Okay. Anyway. So I'm listening, and the podcast is, I'll shout them out. It's the Ongoing History of New Music with Alan Cross, which I've been listening to that before the word podcast ever existed, because it was on one of the terrestrial radio stations in southern Ontario, and I would listen to that show all the time. So once I found out he had a podcast, I'm listening to this, and I'm a regular. Like whenever I'm out, I don't listen to music. I usually just throw on one of his podcasts. So this one was about one of my favorite subjects, which is TV theme songs. And now I'm going to try and do this without knocking over too many records here. Where are they? Now, I got a couple of records here that were mentioned. Oh, there we go. Knocking over records. I just need these 2. The rest of you can stay here. So I got these 2 records, right? I got Television's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and 2. Okay? You can look at them if you want. Okay. So now he's talking about these 2 records, Television's Greatest Hits, Volumes 1 and 2. And the guy who put out these records went on to form a record label. Do you want to know what the very first record he put out on his record label that was funded by these 2 records was?
Hey, no. This way. Yeah. Yep.
Let me find it here.
There you go.
And so the very first record, after he put out these records, he founded a record label based on these money, based on this, on the money he got off these records. And the very first album he released, the very first band he signed, was 9 Inch Nails, and released Pretty Hate Machine. And he hated it. He hated it. It was not what he was expecting, because he wanted a Depeche Mode style, like danceable album, and he got Pretty Hate Machine. So there you go. Yeah, that was the messages. I sent you a whole thread of messages yesterday. I understand not answering messages, having everything muted. I get that. You can hand those back to me now. You don't have to hold those the whole show. Good, because I'm getting tired of holding this.
Yeah. Good call.
That's what she said. Top Gun, Mortal Kombat. All right, so that goes here. All right, I'll worry about those later. Anyway. But yes, that was, I heard that story, and I'm like, Jasmine needs to hear this. Like, I'm sure she probably already knows this, but she needs to hear this, because I just learned this. So, John, what is under Joe's beard?
His mic.
My microphone. And my Punk Rock Saves Lives t-shirt with Bowling for Soup and Less Than Jake.
Oh, yeah.
Arm wrestle Joe versus John.
He wins.
He already forfeits. He's just like, nope.
When Brian from the last reign said, I want you to look at the person next to you and punch him in the face. He looked at me with a grin on his face.
He moved.
And I ran. Said, see ya.
He ran. He did. He just jetted to the side of the stage.
I'm good.
Like I would actually punch you in the face.
No, this is the way you like. Like, uh-oh. Why, Brian? Why?
Like I would actually punch you in the face. Speaking of Brian.
Yes.
I was
video.
So I bought a Sega Genesis like a month ago, and I've been having issues with it. And I'm thinking the main issue is that like the plug the dude sent me is not the plug that goes with it. But I've been having issues trying to play it. And I just got this nice new controller that's wireless that also will work on a PC. So like, you know what? Let me order all the fucking cables for both of my Sega Genesises. Genesis? I don't know. But anyway.
I don't know.
But I ordered all that shit off eBay. I'm like, I wonder if I can just like let me get a Sega emulator, but I don't want to put it on my computer. Don't steal. Don't download ROMs. It's illegal. Anyway, but you know, I didn't want to put them on my laptop. But I own the games that I wanted to play. So joke's on you. So anyway,
Gotcha.
it is legal. Anyway, so I get this old laptop out, and I'm like, I'm gonna put Linux on this, and like I got an SSD in there, so it runs nice and smooth, and I couldn't find a flash drive, so I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna take one of these SD cards. What's on this SD card? And I pop it in, and there's a bunch of pictures of my cats. And then there's some videos. I'm like, what are these videos? And it's just this video where it's just a direct camera shot of Brian playing the Living Brain Dead song that ended up becoming titled
Everyone's Having Sex But Me.
Everyone's Having Sex But Me. And I just, it's just Brian just going, ba-da-da-da. And I'm like, John has to see this. Let me send this to John. So I sent it to you and I sent it to Karina, and I'm just like,
He's having such a good time, Brian.
I'm like, oh man.
It's good to hear his voice.
Right. And I sent it to Karina, and she's like, are you okay? I just saw my best friend. Yeah, I'm fine.
Happy.
I'm great.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
It was so good. Like, it was
God,
just like,
I miss him.
yeah. It was just like having Brian right here, just like watching this video, and I'm just like, I can't, like,
I only knew him for maybe half a year.
yeah.
I feel like I knew him for a decade.
But just watching that, like having that video just pop up, it's like, oh shit, it's Brian. And it's just a single...
Just a single video of Brian playing
It's a
the
single
song.
shot of Brian because we were still trying to learn how to play the song because Brian wrote that song.
Yeah.
So, Joe, do you just buy old stuff? Yes.
Look at him, cause he's old. He's old.
I'll tell you what, though. The Sega Genesis controller I bought was brand new. It's by a retro bid or something like that. I don't know.
I got that from Happy Gilmore when he tells his grandma, "Look at her, she's old. She's old."
I've seen that movie. But yeah, but yes, I do buy old stuff. I buy new stuff.
Well, Brian bought old stuff. He bought...
Brian, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at all these guitars I've bought recently, and I'm just like, if Brian were still around, I probably could have got these way cheaper.
You probably have a lot more records.
Yeah, true. I did hit the record store the other day.
So, yeah, we got to hit one because you got to be Brian now.
Right. Especially you got money now.
You don't have this? Now you do.
I went to the record store the other day to buy these this particular Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles record.
Yeah.
Which is not the entire soundtrack of the movie, by the way. It doesn't have the 2 songs over the end credits, TURTLE Power and 9.95. But I happen to have the single for that song somewhere over here because of Brian. And that wasn't like a hey, you have this now kind of deal. That was, hey, do you want to buy any of these records? I'm getting rid of them. I'm like, yes, I will take that Partners in Rhyme fucking TURTLE Power record. See, there's Papa Roach. There's Partners in Rhyme. Partners in Rhyme. Oh, this doesn't have 9.95 either.
Does it have the Vanilla Ice?
No, that was in Ninja Turtles 2. This is from Ninja Turtles 1.
Oh.
I have that on vinyl, though, on the Ninja Turtles 2 soundtrack.
Go Ninja, go.
Which is right here.
That's my favorite. That's my jam.
That's on here. Yeah. Well, I've had that one for a while, so I wanted to get, TMNT 1, and so I had to go to the record store because they had it. And I'm like, I'm buying it. I'm going first thing when they open. That was Friday morning I did that, and then I didn't end up going to the Shambles show because I was too damn tired. But I grabbed this Motley Crue record, right? It's Shout at the Devil, 1983, right? And it had a catalog thing in it where you can fill it out and mail in for a t-shirt. I'm like, I wonder if I could, wonder what happens if I fill this out and send it in. John Johnson's in the chat.
Hey, buddy.
It's been a minute. All right, so Laura wants you to name 3 states beginning with the letter T.
Son of a bitch.
I don't even know if there are 3 states. Well, let me see. I know 2. I got 2.
Good.
I'm trying to think of
3 states.
I'm trying to think of a third one.
Wait. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
All right, let's go.
Tennessee?
Tennessee. We've been there.
Yes.
You've been to that state. I didn't mean to hit it twice. Anyway. So that's one. There's a big one.
Big one, where?
Somewhere in the United States, John.
Texas.
And then I don't know if there's a third one. I can't think of it.
I know 2, that's it.
Yeah, I also know 2.
John,
off the top of my head.
If you got a neck tattoo, what would it say?
Weren't you talking about getting a neck tattoo?
No. No. I want to get one I want to get the same tattoo Cody Rhodes has.
I'll say, you gonna go full Cody Rhodes on us?
No.
But here's the thing. Here's the difference between you and Cody Rhodes is you already have lots of tattoos.
Yes,
So like a neck tattoo would not look super out of place on you.
I don't think I look good on a neck tattoo.
I don't think anybody looks good on a neck tattoo, but
it would hurt like a bitch. I would say.
Laura says correct. There are only 2, so we got them. You got them. You got them. I didn't even tell you. You got them. You're clapping and you're popping the mic. So
yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
So if it has to say anything, I don't know. Actually, I really don't know.
Well, John Johnson says your neck tattoo would say parts unknown for life.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Parts unknown for life. Gotcha.
That's where Demolition's from. Parts unknown.
Good to see it. Good to hear from John.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Well, he said the baby's asleep and he's got time to relax. So our strong language on this program will not corrupt the child because she is asleep, at least not consciously. If you're playing this anywhere in that vicinity, you know, she might be, these words might be seeping into her subconscious. So when she's able to speak, she'll just be like, "Fuck, fuck, 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 fuck."
Where do you learn that?
Or it says John has tattoos. I didn't know John had any tattoos.
Two on my chest, down my arm.
Haven't you?
This.
You've taken your shirt off on this show. They've seen all your tattoos.
Yes.
At least the ones I know about. I don't know about you. You might
No,
have
that's
some
all the
hidden
tattoos
ones.
I have. This one's getting covered though, the flaming drum set, because I don't know what I was thinking back then.
She needs a living brain dead onesie. I'll see what I can do. That might
Brain dead
be a
onesie.
thing. That
Have
might be a thing I can do.
Yes.
My mom texted me earlier about getting the hoodies. I know I got to get on that. I know Jill's waiting on one too. So
Shane too.
yeah, so I got to get on that. I will look after. Remind me, and I'll look after the show. I'll see if that's something I can get done. I thought you just drew. She thought you just drew on yourself every day.
Yes. Really good though.
I mean,
Man,
they
true
kind
artist.
of they kind of got a little watercolor vibe. So it's like
Yeah.
you're drawing on yourself with like the washable markers, right?
Yeah. I love when I get my arm wet, brightens up the color.
I like the colors in your tattoos. Mine are all just monotone, really. There's a little bit of red. There's a little bit of
I wanted
yeah.
to
There's a lot of red and black on this
Yeah.
arm. This arm's more the same, actually. Even up here, it's all red and black.
I like color. You got the Brian tattoo?
I got the Brian tattoo.
I have to get a Brian tattoo.
Brian tattoo.
I definitely have to get something for Brian.
I don't know if you've seen it in my dining room. I have this on my wall.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So I was
What's the
like,
story behind that?
so a couple of days after I got this tattoo, I'm walking up the street with my ex-wife. We're walking up Elmwood, and everything was like closing because it was apparently Elmwood closes on Saturday nights.
Really?
I mean, like bars are still open and shit, but like, you know, restaurants, but like the little fucking shops and shit were all closing. So we're just walking up the street, and we see this little poster shop, right? And they're closed, but in the wall, in the window, is this fucking Banksy painting. And I'm just like, that looks familiar. Why do I know that? And she goes, dude, you just got that tattooed on you like 2 days ago. I'm like, oh yeah, I did. So we went back like 2 days later and bought the picture, the print. But yeah, that's my one Banksy tattoo so far. I might get more. I got a T-shirt I was wearing a couple of weeks ago. That was it's like Banksy does a lot of stuff with like mice and balloons, right? So I got this T-shirt. It's the brain from Pinky and the Brain, and the balloon that's being let go is the world.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, I have to have it. It's Pinky and the Brain, and it's Banksy. It's Banksy and the Brain. What was your most painful tattoo?
Ooh, my chest.
I bet.
My chest. Never. I mean, I got to get that covered, but I know that's going to hurt like a motherfucker.
I don't know. Jill disagrees. She says your most painful one was the one on your balls that says boring in Comic Sans.
Fuck you, Jill. Fuck you. There's the insults. There's the Jill I know. She's feeling better.
Laura says get the Brian tattoo on your neck.
Maybe.
John's was his Spider-Man on his calf and the drug-free on his knuckles. I think my worst was probably Doris. And that's just because, like, right here, it was, like, digging right into the...
What the fuck she just said?
Boing. It says boing in comments. Not boring. Boing. Like boing.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I misread. It's all the way over there. I didn't see it. That's because usually I have them up on this screen too, but this screen it's the 250 movies. So which I've been trying to squeeze in movies when I can. So talk about movies when we come back from the song break. Right now, we're going to talk about this show coming up, which is Friday night at Milky's on Elmwood, 522 Elmwood Avenue, Struggling Productions, and Milky's Elmwood Lounge is proud to bring you an amazing night of music with a diverse group of local performers, including Bloodthirsty Vegans, Mikey Strongmen, Hooked on Casiophonics and Different Planets. $7 at the door. Doors at 8 o'clock. Music at 9. 21 and up with valid ID. And valid is in stars. It's like a valid ID. It has to be valid. If it's invalid, you can't come in. But hey, they put all the information in here. So kudos to the... Will you stop doing that?
Oh, they got it right.
I know they got it right, but every time you clap, it's like it's peaking the mics, and then there's no audio going out. Anyway, yes, golf clap is especially for the struggle is long podcast name guys over there.
It's ThinkSoJoE show.
ThinkSoJoE show. Damn right. Anyway, so we're gonna play Bloodthirsty Vegans, and this song is called "Do You Even Know" on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show.
Do we even know what?
I get maybe they'll tell us in the song. Here's Bloodthirsty Vegans on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show.
And do you even know what you're trying to do? Do you even know what you're trying to do? Oh, oh.
Hey, anybody got some hot sauce? Hey, what is going on? Nothing, oh.
I don't know, no.
Every time I ask you what is up, man, you don't never know.
I don't know. Do you even know what you're trying to do? Do you even know what you're trying to do? Oh, oh. Whoa, And do you even know what you're trying to do? Do you even know what you're trying to do? Oh, oh. Whoa,
Hey, who lost their milk control?
I don't know. Where did it go?
Who had it last? Baby, I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you check the couch?
Do you even know what you're trying to do?
Maybe your
Do you
mom
even know what you're trying to do? Oh, oh. And do you even know what you're trying to do?
No,
Do you even know what you're trying to do?
that question I do not know. Thank you, stop
Do you even know what you're trying to do?
I don't know.
And do you even know what you're trying to do? Do you even know what you're trying to do?
Why you spending more on your TV than you spending on your children, yo?
I don't know, but that's messed up.
You really need to watch that Judge Joe Brown high definition stereo.
No. Do you even know what you're trying to do? Do you even know what you're trying to do?
I had it written down. I don't know where I put it.
You need to get organized.
And do you even know what you're trying to do?
Nope.
Do you even know what you're trying to do?
When you show up, baby, ready to dance at the Bloodthirsty Vegan show.
Yeah. You better be checking that
You
down.
gotta take that love, take it out, pass it around, because love is what makes it go.
Go, expect to get. Do you even know what you're trying to do?
No,
Do you even know what you're trying to do?
I'm trying to use the phone.
Do you even know what you're trying to do? Do you even know what you're trying to do?
There is no trying. Do or deny.
was Bloodthirsty Vegans on all W. That's a great name too, Bloodthirsty Vegans. They've been around for a while. I think I don't know. I think that song was from like 2010 or something. So, because I went, you know, I get all the music for the show off of Tidal, because it just I can set a playlist and it'll go straight into my DJ software, right? So I try not to do like, you know, if I gotta buy something off Bandcamp, I will, and I can still play it, but it's just easier to just go in and so I went to their Bandcamp, and they got some more recent stuff than that. But yeah, 2010 that song I think was from. But they're playing Friday night at Milky's, located in the heart of the Elmwood Village at West Utica Street.
Weather report.
John's gonna do the weather.
Hi, I'm John for your weather report. Today, right now, went down. It's 48 degrees outside right now. Windy. 8 p.m. it's going to go down to 46 degrees. Up to 11 o'clock p.m. it will go down to 43 degrees. The high today was 61 degrees in February. That's awesome.
And I thought it was nice yesterday. I'm sitting in the studio just working all day because I was not feeling great last night and went to bed.
So tomorrow, 77% chance of rain.
I thought you were going to say 77 degrees. I'm like, what?
I wish.
Yeah.
The high is 45 degrees. The lowest will be 27 degrees.
Yeah.
Ugh. So
Yay,
around
Buffalo.
nighttime, wear a jacket.
Yay, Buffalo. John,
Yeah.
John, you are not leaving that room. You don't need to know the weather.
Laura, I'm doing my job. That's your weather report. Back to you, Dick. Back to you, Laura.
Anyway.
Moving on.
So yeah, I've been watching a shit ton of these movies, just trying to knock them off the list. So I watched Ratatouille the other night.
Oh, yeah.
I watched Finding Nemo over the weekend. I never saw that before. I'm watching all. I am now, I think, officially done with the Pixar movies on the list. I think I've seen them all now, all the ones that are on the list.
Noggin, dude.
It was a good movie. It was a lot of fun.
Give me some pen. Noggin. Dude. Hello, Jordan.
Yeah. I never saw it before this weekend, so I was like, all right, Finding Nemo, I guess, let's do this. And then I also watched, like I said, Ratatouille was another one that came up. Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, scissor.
Acclaimed every Wednesday. That's what AEW stands for, anyway. I watched Raging Bull yesterday. It's with Joe Pesci in it.
Joe Pesci.
No, not Joe. No, that's not who I'm thinking of. It's is that who I'm thinking of? Harry from fucking from Home Alone?
Oh.
Yeah. Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Yes, I have watched Finding Nemo. I watched it on Saturday.
You gotta watch Finding Dora.
Finding Dory.
Dory. I said it wrong.
I watched Finding Dora. Swiper. No swiping. Anyway. You have a kid about that age. You fucking know about that, right? Anyway. Robert De Niro, Raging Bull. Yes. Okay. What the fuck did I watch with Harry from fucking... I watched something with him in it the other day. Now that... I'm going to have to go back through my text with Steph and just find all the movies I watched.
He was in a good movie. He was a scout leader or something in one of his movies. It was pretty funny. I forgot what it was called.
You're a 40-plus-year-old watching Finding Nemo. Yes!
Hey, you're never too old.
It's one of the greatest movies of all
You're
time.
You're never too old.
Let me find this list again. It's over here. It's number 154 of the greatest movies of all time. So yes, I watched it. Casino I haven't seen. I'm going to watch that soon.
Oh, you got to watch it.
I haven't seen that one yet. That's number one.
You ever watch Goodfellas?
Yes, I've seen Goodfellas.
It's just like that.
I have watched Goodfellas.
Just like that.
I watched it not long ago, like before I started watching the movies on this list. Let me see what I've got on here. I'll figure out what movie it was. Just looking to see what I've watched recently. Casablanca I watched.
Casablanca.
I watched that the other night. Wall-E I watched last week.
Is Home Alone number 1?
No.
Home Alone 5.
No.
John is in...
I watched Singing in the Rain from 1952. I watched that a couple of days ago.
John is in the casino.
You're in Casino. You have a cameo appearance, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
I watched Taxi Driver a couple of weeks ago. I'm going through all my crossed out ones here. Monty Python and the Holy Grail I finally watched. Life of Brian is on here too. I got to watch that.
Brian.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Well, I mean, I didn't see any. I didn't think like the Monty Python humor would be like up my alley, but I watched that movie and I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is what I've been missing.
So the movies that are on this list, but where do you find the movies? So what? How do you watch them?
So there's a site called Just Watch.
Just watch.
That's where I go, and they'll tell you where you can stream these movies
okay.
if they're available for free, or if you got to buy them or whatever.
Gotcha.
What the fuck did I watch the other day that he was in? Let me see. It wasn't Raging. Okay, because Raging Bull's what I watched yesterday. I have no idea. I got all my crossed out ones are right here. All my checked off that I've watched. You know what I just bought on vinyl?
What's that?
Fucking Lion King soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, I have no idea what movie it was. I don't see it in here. Wasn't he the? But he was the. No, he was. It was the brother of. He's the brother in Raging Bull. He's not the boxer. He's not Jake LaMotta. He's Joey LaMotta. That's Joe Pesci. That's the movie. So it was Raging Bull. Anyway, yes, there. Mark cleared it up. Joe Pesci is in Raging Bull with Dennis. Yes, that is. So I'm not going crazy. I had to think about it I'm like, no, he was the brother. He was Joey LaMotta. Yeah, Casino is on my to watch list. I've been meaning to watch Trainspotting. I bought like 3 of the movies because like they were all a part of like a, buy 3 for $14. Like, all right, I'm gonna buy these movies because I'm gonna have to watch them eventually. They're not on streaming for free, so I might as well just buy them. In retrospect, I probably would have paid less to just rent them, but now I own them, and I don't even remember what fucking movies they were. Let me see. Voodoo. Find out what movies I just bought. My Voodoo. I just bought Blade Runner, I bought Citizen Kane, and I bought One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Shortly before that, I bought Weird Al's UHF. And apparently another copy of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory for some reason. UHF is not on the list, but it should be. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to hit a random number generator here. 182, and that is Ben-Hur. I haven't seen it. It's long. That's why I haven't seen it yet. It's come up a couple of times on the random. I will kind of sit here and like put restrictions on what I'm going to watch because of time constraints. I don't want to spend the money. So like Ben-Hur has come up a couple of times. Like, this movie is like 4 fucking hours long. I don't have that much time. I almost did the same with Raging Bull because I was sitting here like before Monday Night Raw last night. I'm like, I got like 2.5 hours. Let me find a movie that's under 2 hours. And Raging Bull is like 2 hours and 8 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to watch it. It's pretty good. A lot of these movies have been pretty good. Aliens is way better than Alien. Alien is good. Don't get me wrong, but like Aliens is better, but it's lower on the list. Have I seen the 1979 movie Laura? No. Would you rather have a pet elephant in a 600 square foot apartment or a pet Fran Drescher in a room with no windows or doors? Fran Drescher is in one of my favorite movies of all time. So I think I could deal with Fran Drescher.
I go with the elephant.
You'd go with the elephant? You don't like that you don't like that voice? You don't like the nanny voice?
No, I'll go with the elephant.
Has John seen what? The 1979 movie Laura?
No, I haven't seen that. Sorry, Laura.
I had a movie come up on here the other day. It's called Rebecca, and I guess it's a Hitchcock movie, but it's not available for streaming anywhere or like to buy digitally. Apparently, it's on YouTube. The Beautician and the Beast, good movie. Everybody's talking about movies now in the chat. I'm just going with the 250 on this list. Right
Disappointed. I mean, I'd rather seen Home Alone 5.
You'd rather see Home Alone 5 than... I don't know anything about this movie she's talking about, so...
Either.
I'm sure if Laura's recommending it, I'd rather sit here and watch that T-Mobile commercial for 2 hours. Fucking John Travolta.
Don't worry, I'll be joining the club eventually, the baldness. I didn't know he was bald.
I'm sitting here, I'm watching the game, and that commercial comes on, and I'm texting Steph, and she's behind because she like paused at some point. And I'm like, fuck this T-Mobile commercial. And she's like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm a little bit behind. I said, okay, well, when you catch up, you can get mad at me. And she texts, I fucking love it. And then I went on Twitter, and they're like,
You still got it.
I went on Twitter, and they're like, here's a longer version of it. And I watched the fucking, I'm like, all right, I got to send this to people.
You still got it, though.
Home Alone 6, starring John and Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that's going to be a good one. I always want to work with Nicolas Cage.
Was the NWA in an advert? I don't think so. Not the NWO.
Oh, damn it.
The NWA.
Oh, who cares about that?
Well, it depends. Which NWA? Are we talking the National Wrestling Alliance, or are we talking about the rap group whose name I can't say?
Ice Cube.
Coming straight out of Compton. Crazy motherfucker. Hey, that was in that video. If you watched it to the end, Brian does that after he plays the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Straight out of Compton.
Oh, yeah, Brian did say it. Straight out of Compton.
Because before we started that video, he was joking around about it. He just did it at the end of the
I had the hat at home. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. Have I seen Straight Outta Compton? No. I think I need to. What are you doing?
You said it's true.
I haven't seen Straight Outta Compton. I don't. Okay.
Come on, man. There's two versions of it.
There's two versions.
There's a longer version, and there's a theater movie version.
Theatrical? Okay, I got you. I mean...
It's a good movie.
I mean... I have the album Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Straight Outta Compton. Crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. You know what I've been watching? And the reason I'm falling behind on watching some of these movies is I've been watching How Hip Hop Shaped America, which is a PBS docuseries. And it's been on YouTube. And I'm just like, I have to watch this.
I prefer the new Straight Outta Compton. I prefer the non-movie theater one.
Okay.
The longer version.
The director's cut. Presumably.
Yeah.
I will find time to watch that.
I think it's like 2 hours. Takes.
I was cooking myself dinner the other day. Steph's texting me and she says, "Oh, I gotta watch The Silence of the Lambs now." Which, who the fuck hasn't seen The Silence of the Lambs? It's one of the best movies. I mean, it's on the list. Obviously, it's one of the best movies of all time. But I mean, she's like, "I gotta watch it." I'm like, "Oh, you." And you're over here saying I'm done. That's it. All right.
I got the show. No, I haven't watched it. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I used to when I was in
Now your time.
when I was in ThinkSo Brain, I used to end with Hannibal Lecter's last line. I used to end every show.
Hello, Cruz.
No, that's not his last line.
No?
No.
That's the see you again. I got that from the cable guy. That's the only part I know. John Solo show. Yes, please. The ratings just went up. What would I call it though?
Ben-Hur runtime 3 hours and 32 minutes. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, that's why I haven't seen it yet. It comes up and I'm like, I do not have 3 hours and 32 minutes to devote to watching a movie right now.
I just don't think I could do the show on my own, so I'd just be silent.
You wouldn't know what you're doing. You'd just be like, what button?
What's this do?
Well, I mean, that's got, I don't know if you know how to run the music, but you'd at least be able to run the camera stuff because you got everything's labeled here, right? You got the camera and you got the song break and you got the end of the show stuff. And
I'll just beatbox.
you just what?
I'll just beatbox in the music.
You're gonna beatbox the whole time. I don't know how long the 3 Lord of the Rings movies are, but
no.
I am telling you right now, I am not watching the extended editions.
I don't care for them.
And I've already
It's a ring.
I've already made it perfectly clear that if Steph watches all 250 movies, she's beating me by 1 because I ain't watching the fucking Harry Potter movie that's on here. Fuck that transphobic piece of shit. J.K. Rowling. Everybody's talking about, and now I'm seeing people who are like, "Oh, but this video, like, yeah, fuck her, but this video game's so good." Like, okay, cool, enjoy the fucking game, whatever. I don't give a shit. I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. I stole one of the books, like I digitally downloaded it illegally, just so I could like skim through it and like spoil it for people if they fucked with me. Rings movies are 274 hours long. That's probably true. But I've never voluntarily watched or read Harry Potter, and I will not. And I don't give a fuck. One of them's on this list, and Steph can watch it if she wants and get the 250. But the most I'm getting off this is 249. So I won't watch that fucking shit. As I, was encouraging her to watch a movie with fucking Kevin Spacey in it. But that's, because, he's much better. But it was 7, man. It's one of the best. That movie is it's one of the top, 15, I think, in this. Let me see. Where number 19. It's number 19. 7. You seen 7?
No. I'm giving him shit, and I haven't watched half these movies.
I haven't watched a movie that came out 2 years ago that's not on this list. He's like, I haven't seen 7. I haven't seen The Silence of the Lambs. The Silence of the Lambs won Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars. Like, it deserves its place.
I'll give it a shot.
It deserves its place on this list, which is where? I don't see it. I thought it was in the top 20, but...
I come from Alaska.
Number 22. John, where did syphilis come from?
Oh, where did syphilis... Oh, I thought you asked me where I came from.
No,
Alaska. Syphilis can't... I can't even say it. I can't even talk.
And you want to host the show.
I don't know what I would do for 2 hours.
That's why when I didn't hear from you, and I'm just like, fuck, I hope John's showing up.
I'm showing up.
I can't do this show on my own.
No, I'm showing up.
I could do like 3 or 4 hour gaming streams, but I can't fucking do this show on my own.
No, I'm showing up. This is traffic's horrible.
Yeah, I didn't get your message until like after we were on the air. I'm just like, oh.
My phone was being weird. It said I was gonna be here at 6 o'clock, but it's like 5:45. I'm gonna make it. I'm very close to your house, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it like 5 minutes.
Santa is probably at home, Laura. It is not his season. It's not his day to work. He's probably relaxing.
He's on vacation until November.
Yeah. He's got to get his affairs in order, and then
He's probably in Hawaii right now, kicking back.
he's got to get his affairs in order, and then if he falls off the roof, then Tim
Yes.
Allen's got to take over. It's weird. Anyway,
Ti-
another
Tim-
problematic guy, Tim Allen. But
Tim Allen.
but fucking Toy Story 1 and 3 are on this list, and I would fucking
Yes.
watch them again.
I won't watch 3 again. I'll cry. I can't go through that again. That was horrible.
Dude, I don't know how that movie did not win Best Picture. Like, whatever the fuck won, Toy Story 3 got robbed. That was the most beautiful fucking ending of a movie.
I got a problem with TikTok, though.
Okay.
Big problem with TikTok.
Okay.
Why? I don't know who you are. This video popped up. I was going, I go on TikTok. I look at videos, see it, because I do TikTok videos when I gotta start back up eventually down the road. But I got so disgusted with this video. Why would you videotape your own dog going to a tiger cage and getting killed by a tiger?
And you people wonder why I'm not on TikTok.
He put his dog, the tiger was injured and it was locked up on an, and the dog kept barking at it, going crazy around it. And the tiger got him right in the neck. Killed him. Why would you put your dog in that situation? It pissed me off. Why are you posting videos? Why TikTok didn't take it down? I don't know. I was like, seriously? And there was another dog getting killed by a German Shepherd. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I don't want to see that shit. That shit should be taken down. That really pissed me off though.
Yeah.
The dog that got killed by the tiger looked a lot like Gertie. Pissed me off.
Yeah. Yeah. I do videos about animals getting killed in the wild by other animals, but and I feel bad for those, but
You put your dog in that situation?
Why? Yeah, why would you put your own pet in harm's way like that's why?
Moron.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Me,
Sorry.
I'm over here buying presents for my cats.
I just had to put that out there.
Yeah, I appreciate you putting that out there. That's fucked.
Pisses me off.
On a more wholesome and brighter note, I bought Squirrel a fountain.
I see. It's so cute.
I thought it was gonna be bigger, and so when I got the box, I'm like, this is it, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So then I start, looking at the instructions, and I'm like, this thing is just the biggest pain in the ass.
I bet.
And then it's like, make sure you change the filters every 2 to 4 weeks, and you can buy the filters on Amazon. Just look for our brand.
It's tiny.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. I gotta change the filters in this fucking thing every 2 to 4 weeks. I'm like, I really hope the cat hates it, so I don't fucking have to so I can just put it away after 2 weeks. But nope. As soon as she saw it, she runs over, and she spent a good 3 minutes just drinking out of this fucking fountain. Because it's my cat Squirrel, she loves to, if somebody goes into the bathroom, she'll run in there and jump up on the sink.
Yep.
She wants you to turn the water on for her so she could drink.
Leave the toilet seat down.
Right.
So he doesn't fall in.
But yeah, so I got her this fountain, and she loves it. I got them all new water dishes. I got them electronic feeders.
Nice.
My cats are taken care of, man. And, mostly because I'm going to be out of town for 3 days at a time later this year, but, My mom asked me today, she's like, is anybody going to be watching after your cats while you're gone? I'm like, well, they have automatic feeders. They have automatic water dishes. I have security cameras in the house, so I don't think I need anybody to watch the cats. But
Well, we might go to SummerSlam.
We
but
might go to SummerSlam.
I'll pay for my own this time.
Yeah, we might go to SummerSlam. I entered to win WrestleMania tickets.
Oh, you did?
I entered to win, so maybe, just maybe, you and I might win tickets and go to Los Angeles and we'll go find Anthony Hopkins' star on the Walk of Fame, so you could be like, I've never seen your greatest work. The Silence of the Lambs. Anyway,
I will not meet Austin Theory. I will punch him right in his face.
I want to talk about something Laura said, but we'll do it when we come back because we got to get to a song break right now. Our dear friends Vertigo Child have a show.
Yes.
That is Saturday night at 6 p.m. But we've played them a bunch on the show, so I wanted to play somebody else. Good guys, yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to play somebody else, and it is a band we have played before, but not in like a year, who are fantastic, and we'll talk about them in a second. But this show is Saturday night at the Rec Room, 79 West Chippewa Street here in Buffalo. After Dark and Mosh Retirement present Vertigo Child with special guests Hip Monarch and Assalone. Wait a minute, what the fuck? I thought 77 Stone was on this show because that's who I'm playing. They're listed as a host. Oh, well, I don't know if 77 Stone's going to be on the show, but they're listed as a host and we're about to play them.
Amazing band also.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're incredible.
That kid is so talented.
Michael Delano? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's, I think, I don't know, we've booked him on shows, but I don't think he's been on the podcast.
No.
But anyway, well, now I'm confused and I don't know if 77 Stone is on this show, but it's a good show anyway with Vertigo Child and Hip Monarch and Assalone. And at the Rec Room, 6 p.m. doors, $12 advance, 16 up with ID, and under 16 with an adult. Look at that. They have a $12 advance ticket price, so they got everything in there. Hooray. Good job, After Dark, as usual. And this is 77 Stone, and this song is actually called 77 on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
I know you want
77 Stone on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show. I don't think they're playing that show we were just talking about. But while I was trying to find out, I realized that Bruce Wojcik kid's in that band. Bruce Wojcik's kid is in that band, and Bruce is I knew Bruce back in the day. He's in the band Clear. Or was, I don't know if he still is, but also Bruce Wojcik in The Struggle, Brothers of Invention, all what's a Strictly Hip he's in a bunch of bands. And his kid's in 77 Stone with Michael Delano, so.
He's a Strictly Hip. It's awesome.
Yeah. Strictly Hip is fun, man. Even if you're not a Hip fan, they play a bunch of 90s stuff, so like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And saw them out in Ransomville one night. Just in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's a good night though. Good time, a lot of good music, good times. I knew a lot of the hip stuff they played, so you know. But so Laura before the break said Toy Story ended with 3 and she'll never see 4. Have you seen 4?
No, I have not seen that yet.
I've seen 4 and I don't remember much of it. Like I have vague recollections of what happened in that movie. I will say that the odd numbered Toy Stories are the good ones. Because Toy Story 2, right? What was that? The story was good and everything, but it did not live up to the original, but Toy Story 3 was just like, oof.
Can't do it. No.
So well done and just very heart-wrenching.
It's good.
And yeah.
Just no, I cried.
Yeah.
I'm gonna admit that I cried.
Dude, I saw it in theaters.
Oh God, you're a brave soul.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, you were with me when I saw Clerks 3, so
that wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, but it was very heart-wrenching.
Yes,
and
it was.
Just very, because there's all these characters. Toy Story 3 was the final one. 4 never happened, Laura says. But you learn to love these characters, over the course of a couple of movies, and Clerks is in the same vein of Toy Story of the odd numbered ones are the good ones. Clerks 2 is okay, but it's not Clerks 1 and it's not Clerks 3. But and how Clerks is not on this fucking list, I have no idea.
Bastards.
Because that is just a fantastic movie, and I know you watched it for the first time like the night before we went and saw Clerks 3, and your reason was
black and white.
The movie's in black and white. And I know other people who are like, well, that movie's in black and white. I don't want to watch it. When you watch that movie, you don't care that it's in black and white. Because it's just the experience of working in a fucking grocery store, or in that case, a fucking convenience store. Dante and Randall sharing stories and just all the crazy shit that happens in that movie, and yeah,
there won't be another one.
Black and white is better than color, Laura says. Laura wants to know, John.
Yes.
Who should enter the WWE Hall of Fame this year? I have some answers, but I'll let you...
I'll tell you who will, and it would never be.
I know what he's going to say.
Austin Theory.
I knew he was going to say that.
Because the day he gets in the Hall of Fame is the day I quit watching wrestling. But anybody deserves being in the Hall of Fame is Sami Zayn.
Yeah, but Sami Zayn's still an active wrestler.
I don't care. He deserves it.
He deserves everything. He does. But I don't think this is his year.
That's my dog.
I don't think this is his Hall of Fame year. This is his World Championship year. But hopefully.
If you're watching this, Sammy, you deserve it, buddy. What would you think?
Deserves to go in the Hall of Fame that's not in there yet? Bam Bam Bigelow?
Yes.
And Demolition.
What about... Did they put Owen Hart?
No, Owen... So the thing is, Owen Hart is never going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Why?
Because of Martha. It's got nothing to do with them not wanting him to go in the Hall of Fame. It's everything to do with she wants nothing to do with them. So Martha Hart is like, he's not having a, you know, she did the thing with AEW with the Owen Hart Memorial Cup. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, it's no, like she doesn't want him in like associated with WWE because in her mind, they killed him.
True.
You know what I mean? So she wants nothing to do with that. So he's, as much as we might want it, and as much as WWE might want it. And I would think, you know, Brett and the rest of the actual Hart family.
I see where she's coming from though. She's right. But, you know, it was the same people that worked with Sting before.
Right. Well, Laura says you can see it from Martha's point of view. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, Martha Hart may be the only person who doesn't want this.
I never imagined how those people felt when he died. Like, people that were in that arena.
I don't think they realized it. Like, the lights, I guess, were out when it happened.
Oh, it was?
Or like, nobody, like, I don't know, because I've heard, like, eyewitness accounts of, like, oh, I didn't even realize it happened. You know, and I don't know that
There's no videos or anything.
Right. I don't know that they announced it to the audience that he had died in St. Louis that night.
They took it out of the. You can watch the pay-per-view, but they take the match out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely like. Yeah, I mean, Martha Hart's never going to let that happen. And
that's why, because I was wondering why they didn't put him in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, he would have been in ages ago.
Yeah.
Ages ago, and you know, easily. But he's, you know, unfortunately, it's, you know, just not going to happen. He's deserving of that accolade.
The worst inductee was Kane.
John says his cousin Gladys was in the crowd. She said people were screaming or quiet in the arena. Yeah. It happened during a video promo. It did. They had it like tape delayed, thankfully. Because you imagine if that was live, if that aired live, like, oh shit, he just fucking ate it on the turnbuckle, you know, like. Yeah. Oh man. Like,
sad.
Oh, it was. I just remember watching that live and just, man, that was hard. I watched it back a few years ago.
Right.
I've seen the network version, but like I watched the actual like pay-per-view broadcast not too long ago.
I heard he was a prankster. He was a great guy, funny guy. Owen Hart.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of stories of that. Johnny Mercury says Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer.
I could get down with Tommy Dreamer, but not before Raven.
What? Johnny Polo.
Raven.
Polo.
Raven needs to go in the Hall of Fame. I don't care if he goes in as Johnny Polo. Raven needs to go in the Hall of Fame. Scott Levy needs to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Hey, we gotta go.
He's in the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame.
ECW. I gotta go with Rob Van Dam,
who was inducted like 2 years ago.
Oh, he was inducted. Shit. Oh God, I've been missing out. Sorry. Sorry.
I mean, if we're gonna go ECW, we got to put Zack Ryder in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
Zack Ryder.
Who?
You know it.
No. No, we don't. No, there's nothing. No, he sucks.
All right. For real though, if we're talking ECW, the Zombie.
That was stupid. That's the new ECW. That was stupid. But you know who won't be in the WWE Hall of Fame? CM Punk. Never say never, though.
I think we've learned that, and like there is like two things I would feel comfortable saying never to in pro wrestling, and one is Owen Hart going in the Hall of Fame, the other is Chris Benoit going in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, why? Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Laura says Raven's WWE run was horrible. I disagree. He is the most decorated hardcore champion of all time. She could see Punk going. I could see, you know, they're willing to work with him. It's just he's under contract with AEW. They haven't let him out of that yet. Whether he comes back and wrestles in AEW remains to be seen. He's still, you know, he's still out with that injury that he got at All Out, but We could definitely. I'm interested to see where his career goes from here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Never say never. Wherever he decides.
I mean, you know, it's he's got that Bret Hart syndrome about him, where he's become a bitter old man. You know, I love CM Punk, and he's still one of my top 3 all time.
He was reminding me of the late '90s Bret Hart, the attitude, like, oh, I'm the best.
But CM Punk is like one of my top 3 of all time, along with Raven and Shawn Michaels.
I mean, there's some stuff he didn't get to finish when he left WWE.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens.
Frank Williams in the WWE Hall, first guest of Piper's Pit. Okay, sure.
Was he the first?
You know who needs to be in the Hall of Fame?
Mike Knox.
Mike Knox. Laura thinks Mike Knox. Laura loves Mike Knox. You know who needs to be in the Hall of Fame, who is not yet?
What's that?
Barry Horowitz.
Oh God, I was just watching it.
Barry Horowitz and the Brooklyn Brawler both need to be in the Hall of Fame.
Impact?
Yeah, he was in Impact not too long ago. So Mike Knox was on Raw 20 years ago. This was really 20 years ago. This was.
There's Wayne Gill. That was in the early.
Wayne Gill, yeah.
He was in early Raw, and he became Gilbert.
He was teaming with my boy, Bad Boy Barry Hardy.
He's in the Indies. He's tag team champions with James Ellsworth.
Yeah.
How about that?
Gene Snitsky. We were talking about Snitsky earlier.
It's not his fault.
Got the baby doll in the
Not his
shot
fault.
there, right next to the Blue Meanie. Blue Meanie. Blue Meanie needs Hall of Fame induction. The entire BWO.
Goldust.
Goldust, yeah, but he's in AEW right now, so that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Captain Insano.
He shows no moisey. When I went to WrestleMania in Orlando, when he wrestled Floyd Mayweather, I brought a big yellow sign that said Captain Insano shows no mercy. And you can't see it on TV, but like if I put on the Blu-ray and I pause it at the right point, I'd be like, yo, there's my sign. You can't like make out the sign. It's just a little yellow square, but like
I found us when we went to Dynamite.
Oh, you can actually see us when we were on
Yeah,
Dynamite.
there's us. See, you don't watch the Christian thing. Pointed us out.
You can find me on the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 29.
Really?
Where I am, which is why I am a Slammy Award winner.
You are.
I am best crowd for the Raw after WrestleMania 29 in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
What row are you in?
I was a little way. I was up in the hundreds.
You're on camera though?
But you could catch me on camera a couple of times. Yeah, wearing a CM Punk shirt next to my wife, who was wearing a CM Punk shirt.
When I get to that point, I'm Raw.
You're a couple of decades away.
Yeah,
still,
I'm 93. I got a while. I'm at episode 37 tonight. If I watch it.
Hack Myers in the WWE Hall of Fame. I mean, if we're talking ECW, man, Balls Mahoney.
Balls Mahoney.
Axel Rotten put out a statement the other day. Axel Rotten runs his own promotion and had an issue where he wasn't able to pay some talent and basically got himself blacklisted from the industry. Now, what happened, I guess, was he and his wife fell onto some hard times. They really needed that money, so they weren't able to pay the people. And he just put out a statement the other day. He said, hey, if I owe you money, please reach out to me so I can pay you. So looks like he's trying to make good on all that. So that's good for him. The Dudley Boys are already in the WWE Hall of Fame, but I think you're right. It was Ian Rotten, right? It was... You are correct. Ian Rotten is the one who...
John's beard is in the...
John's beard in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Or growing this beard. Yeah, it should be.
But yeah, so like the Bubba Ray and Devon are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think you need to put the entire Dudley family in the Hall of Fame. You know,
Spike.
Big Dick, Dances with Dudley, Spike Dudley.
I didn't know the whole family though.
You need Sign Guy Dudley. You gotta have Studley Dudley.
Are they all dead?
No. Sign Guy. No, I've.
One of them's dead.
Big Dick Dudley is dead. He is. Big Dick Dudley is dead.
And I never knew when Bubba Ray came to WWE, he had that stutter.
Which he had in ECW.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, we want the original Dudleys of, which weren't the original Dudleys, because the original Dudleys were a couple of other Dudleys, and I can't think of who they are off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, but the whole Dudley clan from ECW, and especially Joel Gertner.
Yeah.
Joel Gertner. I love Joel Gertner. Joel Gertner was on Board Wrestling Fan when I was doing that. It was actually, we had Joel Gertner, and then I think it was like a week later, we had Sign Guy Dudley, Lou D'Angeli, Louis Dangerously. So we got to have both of those guys on, which was cool, and
Nice.
talk to them. You know who needs to be in and I know he didn't work for WWE. You know who needs to be in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Who's that?
Shark Boy.
Shark Boy.
Shark Boy 316.
Oh my God. I remember him.
I love Shark Boy. He was on my podcast.
Who else needs to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean,
So many.
that's a list, man. There's
So many. I can't.
yeah, Lanny Poffo just recently passed. Original Dudley's Dances with Dudley, Dudley, and Snot Dudley. That's correct.
Jeff Jarrett's dad passed away.
Jerry Jarrett just passed away. Chris Harris, like Wildcat Chris Harris. But he would go in as Braden Walker, wouldn't he? I heard that Braden Walker's a real Wildcat.
Mark Merrow.
Mark Merrow. That is a good one. I love Mark Merrow, man.
And he's from here.
He is. I do. Lex Luger too is also from here. A lot of people. That may be a controversial pick. A lot of people don't like Lex Luger.
I heard.
Jerry Jarrett passed away. What was it, yesterday? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers go out to his family and Jeff
Yeah.
Jarrett.
Which is part of his family.
Yes.
So,
Oh yeah. I'm just saying.
yeah. I mean, Jerry Jarrett should go in the WWE Hall of Fame. There was a rumor.
Was he a wrestler?
Well, no, he was a promoter.
Promoter.
And, he worked with, like, Jerry Lawler down in Memphis. That's what we were talking about, Lex Luger. But Jerry Jarrett, when Vince was on trial for the steroid thing in the 90s and looked like he might go to jail for a little while, Jerry Jarrett was allegedly in line to take over Vince's role with the WWF.
Oh really?
So, yeah, I mean, I think Jerry Jarrett should go. Jeff's in the Hall of Fame. He got in last year, right? So, I would say Road Dogg, but Road Dogg's already in there. And they've already done the gimmick where they're singing it With My Baby Tonight at the fucking Hall of Fame. So, Joe Dudley and John Dudley in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Testify. Laura...
Get the tables.
Laura says Lex Luger should be in. Now that's a controversial thing because a lot of people don't like Lex Luger as a person.
Why? What?
Because
what did he do?
they feel like if it weren't for him, Miss Elizabeth, who is also not in the Hall of Fame and should be, would still be with us. By the way, another name that should be in the Hall of Fame and isn't, Cyndi Lauper.
She should be in the Hall of Fame.
Cyndi Lauper should have been the very first fucking celebrity inductee.
Yeah. She was at WrestleMania 1.
She was at WrestleMania 1. She was the part of the reason for the golden era of WWE.
Exactly.
Her and Hulk Hogan, obviously Hulk Hogan's a big part of that. But Cyndi Lauper was a huge part, her and Captain Lou, of bringing the rock and wrestling connection together. And I don't, I don't understand why Cyndi Lauper is not in the WWE Hall of Fame, but
should've
Drew
been a long
Carey
time ago.
is.
Yeah, Drew Carey.
Cyndi Lauper is more deserving than some of the fucking wrestlers that are in the WWE Hall of Fame. Coco Beware.
Birdman.
I like Coco, but come on, man. That's Hulk Hogan should have another induction. No, he shouldn't.
No.
Mantar,
No.
Mantar and Doink the Clown in the Hall of Fame. Doink is going to
Matt
be
Bourne.
in... Doink, I've had Matt Bourne on my podcast. Doink is going to be in the WWE 2K20 whatever
Is he?
video game, yeah.
Yeah, Matt Bourne on the podcast. The guy that played Doink the Clown?
Matt, before he passed away, I had Matt Bourne on the show, on the wrestling podcast.
He's a nice guy?
Yeah, I mean, no.
No? He's an asshole?
Look, it was a joy to interview him, but it was one of those. Laura will tell you that was one of the ones that I just, for whatever reason, was like very not prepared for, and he was very like, well, you're not prepared. I'm not going to help you, you know.
Oh,
and which,
I think you told me about that.
which is absolutely fine, you know. Like he gave me nothing, but that was absolutely, he was absolutely right to do so.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Matt Bourne was. Joe doesn't do any research, anyway. But we did a tribute show with. We had like Black Bart was on with me. James Beard, who is a referee down south, and David Fuller, who is the promoter of IHWE wrestling down in Fort Worth, Texas, the Dallas area there, and we all got on. We did a nice little couple-hour tribute episode to Matt Bourne after he passed away. So, was happy to be a part of that. But, I mean, Matt Bourne was on WrestleMania 1, so yeah, why not throw him in the Hall of Fame? You got a lot of guys that should be in the Hall of Fame that aren't in the, getting too late to induct some of these guys, because then we're going to lose them before they're in, like Lanny Poffo, who just passed away this past week, and by all accounts was just a real nice guy. And I mean, he wasn't the star that his brother was, you know what I mean? Like Randy Savage was like, number 2 to only Hulk Hogan. Why not? Is Brian Pillman not in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Okay, Brian Pillman should be in the Hall of Fame. I won't argue that. I was going to say Jim Neidhart, but he got in a couple of years ago as part of the Hart Foundation. That was when the dude came out of the crowd. You remember that? Mm-hmm. This dude comes out of the crowd and tries to attack Bret Hart. And one of the fucking FTR dudes bashes the dude in the face. Yeah, not the best idea to run into a wrestling ring or wherever they're doing this ceremony. D.H. Smith, come on. Is Davey Boy even in the Hall of Fame? No?
No.
I don't think he is. I think that's a glaring omission, right?
Yeah, no.
Maven. Fucking Maven.
Maven. Really.
He eliminated The Undertaker. He did. They got thrown through a popcorn machine.
Haven't seen him since.
I don't know. How we feel about Marty Jannetty?
No comment.
Yeah. Anyway.
Shawn Michaels had a better career.
Much better career. I was watching NXT last night, and last week they had Toxic Attraction, and they had
oh yeah, I saw that.
JC Jane throw Gigi Dolan through the Ding Dong Hello door.
Like they copy that whole thing.
And they're talking about, they're talking about it as JC Jane's about to come out for like her to cut a promo, and the Todd Phillips or whoever the fuck the no, it's not. It's Vic Joseph. Vic Joseph is the guy from
Todd Phillips is in Impact.
That's Tom Hannafin of Impact. Yes, Vic Joseph goes, oh, she Martied her last week. It's like,
did.
She totally Martied her. Skip and Zip, the body Donna. Chris Candido deserves the Hall of Fame. So does Dr. So does Dr. Tom Pritchard.
The Smoky Mountain Tag Team. Rock and Roll Express.
Rock and Roll Express went in a couple of years ago, right?
they
Jim Cornette inducted them. Which was like Jim Cornette's first appearance for WWE for like forever.
First of all, was he inducted Yokozuna?
Was who what? Who did what?
Yokozuna?
No, Jim Cornette inducted the...
I know, but it was Yokozuna. And...
Yeah, Yokozuna's in, I think. Pretty sure. You know, there's a we'll look up this website during the song break where it shows who's not in the Hall of Fame, and like it's actually ranked of like, you know, the order they think of importance. We'll look at that when we come back from this song break. But we're going to talk about a show right now, which is going on Saturday at 3 p.m. It is Snow Jam 2023. It's at the Buffalo Irish Center, right around the corner from me, 245 Abbott Road here in Buffalo. And it is Snow Jam is back on Saturday, February 18th at the Buffalo Irish Center, featuring performances by Johnny Hart and the Mess, Pharaoh Canettis, I don't know, I Carew, and Sunday Rain, not to be confused with The Last Rain. They were a rain before The Last Rain, so but The Last Rain is the last rain, so there's no more rains. I guess.
It's so confusing.
I don't know. Too many.
Too many rains.
Sean Waltman is the 1, 2, 3 kid. Yes.
Yes.
He put Sean Walkman though, like Sony with the little headphones, the orange headphones. You remember those? Anyway, tickets are anywhere between $7.36 and $23.41. Apparently, but then down here it says it's an all ages event, so bring your little rockers. 5 and under are free. 5 to 12 can get $5 tickets. Okay, and then above that is $7.36 to $23.41. Johnny Hart, if you're watching this, that's a weird amount of money to be charging for tickets, unless something is not accurate there. But anyway, 3 p.m. on Saturday. But this is Johnny Hart and the Mess. And this song is called Get Lost Living on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
So I called you up, you picked up the phone.
Johnny Hart and the Mess. You can catch them Saturday at the Buffalo Irish Center, 245 Abbott Road, right around the corner here. We're just looking through this not in Hall of Fame list during the song break, and there's some guys definitely. I can say I would agree with. We saw Jack Tunney was in there, was one of them.
Finley, how's he not in the Hall of Fame?
He had a good career. He definitely might have. They got Hercules above Al Snow in this list. What the fuck?
What about the Mountie?
Mountie.
He always gets his man.
He's handsome. He's brave. He's strong.
Was he Intercon champion?
He was Intercontinental champion.
I didn't. Well.
And he enforced the law. Brooklyn Brawler I mentioned earlier. Ultimo Dragon. Come on, man. That dude was the Super J Cup champion and had like 8 titles at once. Right? Slick. The Reverend Slick. I thought was in the Hall of Fame. I was wrong. He's not. I looked it up. Taz is on this list.
Jack Tunney, former president of WWE, should be in the list.
Bravo Shane Douglas is on this list.
The Nasty Boys.
Yeah.
Bob Holly.
What about Bad News Brown?
MVP, man.
There's a lot of names on this list that are just like, why are that? Tommy Dreamer's on here. Haku.
Jake the Snake.
Haku, Jake the Snake's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, who's that then?
That's Magnum TA.
Looks like a Jake the Snake.
That's not, no, that's Magnum TA. That's a totally different guy.
Haku.
Haku is one of the toughest motherfuckers to ever grace the sport of professional wrestling.
On the grave.
Tongan. But anyway, but how he is not in the Hall of Fame, I don't know.
What? Ken Shamrock.
Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer, Ken Shamrock. He's not in the WWE Hall
Dean
of Fame.
Malenko.
Yeah.
Raven.
Jim Johnson, obviously Raven would be at the top of my list, but
Shane McMahon. Well,
Jim Johnson definitely deserves a Hall of Fame induction.
Chavo Guerrero.
Things have not been the same since Jim Johnson's been gone.
True. He passed?
No, since he left, since they fired him.
Oh, they fired him.
Now you get all these like generic fucking ass theme songs. Like we're sitting there watching the Royal Rumble last month and we're just like, who the fuck's music is that? With Jim Johnson, you knew whose fucking music it was.
He made some of the best theme songs.
Bull Nakano is on this list. I heard she wants that Hall of Fame induction.
IRS.
Mike Rotunda, yeah.
Mike Matunga.
William Regal, but he won't get it this year. He could get it next year.
He deserves it.
But he's got this deal where he can't be on WWE TV for the next year because that's how he got out of his AEW contract. Was part of his agree. Sabu. Kevin Sullivan. What about Kevin Sullivan? The Taskmaster.
The one-man gang.
One-man gang for sure.
Or his other wrestler, he was called what?
Akeem, the African Dream. Earthquake John Tenta.
Earthquake. Hell yeah.
Earthquake John
Typhoon.
Tenta. How he's not in, I don't know.
The natural disasters.
Yeah. I mean, Fred Ottman deserves his own fucking wing in the Hall of Fame for fucking being the Shockmaster. Brian Pillman's on the list. Brian Pillman not in the Hall of Fame. Elizabeth. Gold Dust.
Kamala.
How Kamala is not in the Hall of Fame, I don't know.
Psycho Sid.
Psycho Sid. King Kong Bundy.
Like you said earlier, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah. King Kong Bundy main evented WrestleMania 2. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Midnight Express. Sable, that would be a controversial one, I think. Sable. We'll get back to page 1. We only went to the top one. We looked at the top 100 here.
The Rock.
The Rock at some point will be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Jericho.
Chris Jericho he's not going to get it anytime soon because he's still wrestling elsewhere. But
Vince McMahon.
Owen
Hart. It never happened.
Owen Hart won't happen.
Big Show.
Yeah, Big Show. You mentioned Big Show. Dave Bautista might go in this year. He was supposed to go in a couple of years ago. And then the pandemic happened, and then scheduling conflicts prevented him from being able to go in with the 2020 class last year, or 2 years ago, whatever it was. So he might go in this year.
Oh, man.
We don't know yet. The Destroyer, local guy.
The Destroyer.
Dick the Destroyer Buyer from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is. Local guy. He deserves it. He's number 8 on this list of like the top wrestlers not in the Hall of Fame. Paul Heyman.
Demolition.
Demolition was the first thing I said when I was asked.
They should have.
Yeah. Demolition is definitely deserving of that Hall of Fame accolade because they were the better of the two tag teams.
The Great Buddha.
You got the fucking Legion of Doom in there. You don't put Demolition in? Come on.
Lex Luger.
Great. Keiji Muto for sure needs to go in there. Rick Martel.
Yes.
I'd give a nod to Rick Martel.
A model.
Yeah.
Christian? Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, Christian at some point. Just
Yeah,
not right now. Not when
he
he's
sucks.
Dynamite Kid.
Dynamite Kid.
Yeah. I'm assuming Davey Boy's in because he wasn't in that top 100. But Dynamite Kid, yeah, a lot of guys were influenced by the Dynamite Kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his personal demons aside and you know, his personal tragedies and everything, and just, you know, Tom Billington the person, fuck him. Dynamite Kid as a wrestler, you know, it's not like he Chris Benoit anybody. You know?
True.
Yeah, he influenced Chris Benoit, but he didn't fucking kill anybody, you know? Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a lot of people still not in the Hall of Fame that should be. Paul Heyman for sure, man. Eric Bischoff, too. Who I don't think I saw on that list, but... Or did he go in already?
Who?
Eric Bischoff.
I don't know. I think he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, he wasn't on that list. He's got to be then, right? If
He's
he wasn't,
gotta be in.
if I didn't see him in the top 100,
Eric Bischoff's one of the greatest.
Get down to the bottom here.
I think he is.
Class of 2021. He went in a couple of years
Yeah.
ago. Okay.
I thought so.
Okay. That makes sense why he wouldn't be in that list then. But yeah, Paul Heyman for sure.
Paul Heyman, yes.
And I think there's an argument.
Not the Paul Heyman now.
Well, I think there's
a little bitch.
I think there's an argument to be made here that you have to that Paul Heyman is still regularly and very very well contributing to the pro wrestling industry in his role as the
Roman's bitch.
the wise man to the bloodline, the tribal council, Mr. Paul Heyman, and he's playing that role to perfection.
He is.
He is, and just as he does everything he does.
He's got a little soft lately.
So I mean that's what the role calls for. So you know, I would absolutely. Paul Heyman needs to go in.
Yes.
And I think it is fair to just wait till his career is done. Mm-hmm. He's showing no signs of slowing down. But you know, but everything I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer when he does retire.
I think one day Brock Lesnar.
Absolutely. Another first ballot Hall of Famer when he does retire. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. He's done a lot. He conquered a streak. That deserves a Hall of Fame.
I want a Slammy. That deserves the Hall of Fame, too.
He goes to the Hall of Fame. Think so, Joe.
I should be in the Hall of Fame.
I will abduct him.
I helped start Fandangoing. I
will abduct him.
You got to write a speech. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to read your handwriting, read your words, your speech.
I'm just going to wing it.
You're just going to wing it?
Who is this guy? I don't know. I don't even know who I am. Who let him in?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean...
Who's Think So Joe?
I was in the crowd that won the Slammy in you know...
This guy deserves a Slammy!
WrestleMania 29 in 2013. It's WrestleMania 39 now, man. I haven't been to a WrestleMania in 10 years. What the fuck?
I've never been to a WrestleMania. It's on my bucket list.
Let's see where it's going to be next year. Maybe we could go next year. Maybe it'll be closer to us. I just want to fly the fuck to California again. I love California. I'd love to be in California more, but I don't like flying to fucking California.
Is it hot? Hotter than we were?
I mean, I was there in fucking in December, so it was still gorgeous out. Like, I didn't need a jacket.
I thought we were gonna die in Tennessee.
Fuck, man, that was way too hot a day. And they had half the fucking stadium tarped off, and it's the half that's not in the sun. It's like, God damn it! Like, why couldn't you put us on that side?
It still sucked when the sun went down and fucking lights.
Yeah, those lights are fucking... That's a problem with SummerSlam every year, though, apparently, so...
Damn bastards.
Yeah, oh well.
Well, it was fun, though.
Yeah, that's why we're probably going to go to Detroit and do it again.
Met Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, we did. That was cool.
Yeah, nice guy.
Very nice guy.
He would talk to us the whole fucking... to the gate open.
If we weren't respectful enough to be like, oh, we'll let you be. You know?
Yeah, but he was just such a nice guy.
And somebody comes up to us after, and they're like, hey, who is that guy?
It's Jimmy Hart, man.
It's like, that's the mouth of the South. That's
one of
Jimmy
the
Hart.
One of the greatest managers of all time. What team was Hogan? The Megamaniacs.
Yeah. I mean, I was always a Bobby Heenan guy.
No, I got fucking Bobby Heenan. He's funny as fuck.
Dude, I love Bobby Heenan.
He's so fucking funny.
I am still pissed off at that security guard that wouldn't let me in line to meet him. Fuck that security guard. If you were a security guard working at WWE Niagara Falls and you stopped a couple of people who got there 2 minutes late from getting in line to meet Bobby Heenan, Gene Okerlund, and Roddy Piper, fuck you.
I was laughing when he's on Raw. It's like watching the old Raw. And
right.
He's watching TV when Raw's going on. He's got the remote.
Flipping through channels, yeah.
McMahon's still in the remote out. Give me that.
Yeah. I got my Bobby Heenan action figure. It never got signed. It's in my basement right now.
You got to get the jacket. It says Raw on it. It's got his.
Yeah.
Somebody has that jacket, probably.
But yeah, I was always a Bobby Heenan guy, but like it was so cool meeting Jimmy Hart. And you know, it's like it's not like I haven't met, you know, some of my favorite wrestlers or interviewed some of my favorite managers. Like I've interviewed Jim Cornette. I've interviewed Louis Dangerously.
Jimmy Hart was like,
interviewed Joel Gertner.
Jimmy Hart asked us, "What do you guys think of Becky Lynch?"
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the hottest thing, he said.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was really cool. He was just willing to have a conversation.
And you look there's pictures from SummerSlam, he's backstage.
Yeah. Did you hear about this shit with Rey Mysterio? Some guys like went up to him in the airport or something. They were like, hey, can you sign some stuff for us? And they had like a fucking bag full of shit.
Oh,
And he's like, no. And the one guy's like, hey, can you sign something for me? I'm a fan. He's like, I'm going to sign this one thing because you're a fan. And I guess the other guys were like giggling while he was fucking signing it. Because he's like, he knew, like, they're just going to put this shit on eBay, right? Like, you're going to go up to this dude in the airport and be like, yo, can you sign all this stuff? Fuck that.
Just leave them alone. They're getting off their plane. Just leave them alone.
That was the whole thing. Was like, I didn't want to bother Jimmy Hart, but at the same time, when am I going to get that opportunity to tell him that fucking story about the fucking glasses?
Got there, but
yeah.
It's like,
he was leaving. It wasn't. He just got off a plane and he was heading out to a signing somewhere.
He was fine talking to us. He wanted to talk.
Absolutely. I think he was just bored at the airport like we were.
Yeah, but no. I see what he did to his son on Raw for Valentine's Day.
Who did what now?
Because Angie and Rey Mysterio were out for Valentine's Day, and Mommy and Dom showed up at the restaurant and said, we'll leave. Because Ray and Angie left. We'll leave. but they were gonna. The bill came up, and they had to pay the bill. So they left the bill to Dom and Mommy.
I didn't see that.
You gotta look that up.
I will look that up.
So, and Dom left.
I'm sure they'll show it on
Mommy all
SmackDown
alone.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, Jimmy Hart was cool as shit, man. Meeting him
Oh,
in the
yeah.
fucking airport.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
3
Thank you
o'clock
so
in the
much.
fucking morning. Yeah, but yeah, no, it was so cool. Just, I got to meet Raven. One of my all-time favorite wrestlers. I got to meet him. He was cool.
He's so different as Johnny Polo, though.
Me and Brian met him. And
How
he
was
was
he?
one of Brian's favorites too. Oh, he was cool. He was there for a signing, you know what I mean? Like he was just, but he was like very
talkative.
Oh yeah, he was very appreciative of everybody, and he was, it was very.
He didn't have a bad career.
No, he didn't.
Not even in WWE.
Exactly.
He was part of the whole, alliance and stuff, and he hardcore champion.
Multiple times, like more than anybody else, he was hardcore champion. And Laura's over here. You didn't have that great of a career in WWE. He almost fucking destroyed WrestleMania 17. Mm-hmm. Running over the fucking cables with a golf cart.
Mm-hmm. Kane was in that match.
Yeah, he was. Big Show too.
Big Show. Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about this earlier, and you mentioned Kane shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Kane the wrestler, Kane the character, should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame.
The human being.
If we're
Glenn
looking at
Jacobs.
Glenn Jacobs, he's a piece of shit. Fuck
Piece
him.
of shit.
But you can't deny his accomplishments. But then again, I could say the same thing for Chris Benoit, who definitely should not be in the Hall of Fame.
Even when he played,
or Jimmy Snuka.
Even when Kane played the fake Diesel.
He did it really well. He had those mannerisms down. Those fucking Kevin Nash mannerisms. Yeah.
And he was was Dennis. He was the
Dr. Isaac Yankum DDS. Yeah, I don't know. How did this become a wrestling podcast for
I
the
don't
last
know.
hour of the show?
We're a music podcast.
Local music podcast, folks. We're talking about
wrestling's
talking about
in our blood.
Empire State Wrestling has a show coming up at Ironworks. Not Ironworks, fucking Riverworks. The bigger one.
Yeah.
I dropped my phone.
Dropping shit.
Drop my phone!
That's my job, dude.
All right. I'm trying to. I just want to see because if we're gonna talk about wrestling, we might as well mention that. Anyway, got distracted for a second. We might as well mention the local wrestling organization, Empire State Wrestling. They've got a big show coming up very soon at Riverworks, with Speedball Mike Bailey on the bill, challenging for the ESW championship against Kevin Bennett. That show is March 18th. It's ESW Tough Luck. And that's got, my buddy Frankie Feathers is he does not touch children, if you ask Brian. But we got Bill Collier and Joshua Bishop to Infinity and Beyond against the Second Gear Crew. Frankie Feathers versus Vince Valor. Jay Freddy and Cole Raddick. I don't know. Veda Scott's going to be on this show.
Veda Scott.
She's going to be on that show.
I know she was a commentator in AEW, but I've never seen her.
Yeah, she's
wrestling career.
She's wrestling against Christina Marie, March 18th at Riverworks. Jeremiah Richter versus Vinnie Moon. I thought I saw one of the Chris brothers was on here from. We got Kevin Bennett versus Mike Bailey for the title. I mean, just having Mike Bailey on this show is going to be cool, you know? Like, he's been doing big things in Impact Wrestling. Anyway, so there, we made it relevant to Western New York. we promoted ESW. We should go. It's March.
I always want to go to an indie show.
March 18th. Let's go. March 18th.
Where is that?
Over at Riverworks, right downtown.
That's a couple
there.
of days after my birthday.
Yeah. We're gonna go to the we're gonna go to the ESW show. I haven't been to one in a while.
What day is that?
It's a Saturday.
Why not?
Let's go. We're gonna go. We're gonna go to ESW. Whatever I said the title of the show was. Tough Luck. Is that what I said it was? I don't know. It's March 18th. Riverworks.
Veda Scott.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. We were out at the Last Rain show the other night. Fantastic.
band I might be-
Fantastic.
Yeah, I might be joining. I don't know.
Fantastic show. It's a good album. I have that on CD, the one you got the T-shirt of there. Anyway, but it was a great show. All the bands were really, really good. I mean, the Dreadnecks, of course, always my
I
favorites.
missed some though.
You missed them, but I did not. I got to see them. They played some new music. They started early because they wanted to play 45 minutes and only had a 30-minute set. So they're like, can we just start at like 7:45? So they started early and played. But I ran into my buddy, Lawrence Gomez of Hell Ever After, who I knew previously before we both got into bands as Salvatore Morocco, professional wrestler. It's a small world. Yeah. He has been on my wrestling podcast. He was
Yes?
in the studio doing the wrestling podcast
Nice.
with Lucky Lucy, who was his manager, and she is the owner of Timeless Babes down in Tonawanda.
I never heard. I mean, heard of that place. I mean,
Timeless Babes?
so you told me about it.
Yeah, we've
Where is that?
That's in Tonawanda. It's somewhere near Stamps. I don't know exactly. I've never been there, but we should. Joe just wants BWF to return. Nah, nah.
Say hello to the blue guy.
No, that's BWO.
Oh, it's be. What am I thinking?
BWF is Board Wrestling Fan.
Oh,
That was my
no.
podcast, my website. Yeah,
It's BWO.
the thought has crossed my mind, but nah, it wouldn't be the same. Because half the guys who were on that, I mean, Mark, Noyce is no longer with us. JT doesn't watch wrestling. I don't think Coaster watches wrestling anymore. I don't really
Brian
talk
on
to him
it?
much. Brian was on there occasionally. Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of people on that show over the years. Very international flavor, but we got to get out of here. We
Oh,
got
yeah.
one more song to play and one more show to promote. And the show that we're promoting is our show this Sunday night.
That's Stamps.
It is Protein Fire at Stamps the Bar. They're from Syracuse. And it's Protein Fire with Venom Mob, The Living Brain Dead, Bastard, Bastard, Haunted Gypsy, and the Water Dogs. This is a very eclectic show. I mean, Haunted Gypsy I've had on a show before, and she was just like a solo artist, which is, singing. So, she's opening the show from what I've been told, but then the info I have says Haunted, it says Water Dogs are, I don't know. All I know is we're supposed to be playing at 9:30. Sunday night at Stamps. Pre-sale tickets still available through us for $10. $13 day of the show. I have one left, so maybe talk to John or Jill or Shane.
I have plenty of tickets.
if you need more
You guys need tickets, let
than
me
one.
know. Message me personally.
That's at Stamps the Bar, 98 Main Street in Tonawanda. Ages 18 and up for this one. 18 plus. I tried to get my kid to go, and she said she might be camping, so she's not going to go. But anyway, so we're going to play a song from BastardBastardBastard. We really need to get some music recorded, because usually we would
Yes.
play our band at this point, but we don't have anything that sounds like us. So we're gonna play BastardBastardBastard instead, and this song is called Diseased. And we will see you hopefully Sunday at Stamps. But if not, we'll see you right here next week on LWNY Radio, ThinkSoJoE Show. Take care, everybody.
Dangerous!